As I said, it is very, very rainy and stormy and windy over here. Just a kind of day which signals change in the entire state. BJP making a comeback after more than a decade, really. And that's what we're going to talk about over the next 1 hour. Over here on a special show from Lucknow, we have young students over here as part of our audience to talk about what they think brought about this change. We also have our experts. We have Ghanshyam Tiwari from the Samajwadi Party. We have senior journalist Meru Jafar to speak to us as an analyst. We also hope to be joined by the BJP and by the other party leaders as well to talk about what they see as happening and why is it that the Samajwadi Party government was completely decimated along with the BSP over here, and BJP making a stunning comeback by itself in the state. But first of all, Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav went and resigned to the governor, and he said he spoke with a lot of humor, but he also said in an ironic way that it seems that the people wanted much more. He said, I tried to give development, but it seems the people want much more. He said, we gave them an expressway, but they wanted a bullet train. Take a look at what he said, and then we'll discuss it with our finalists over here.
जनता का जो भी फैसला है, लोकतंत्र में हमें बहुत खुशी के साथ स्वीकार है। मुझे लगता है कि आने वाले समय में जो सरकार आएगी, समाजवादी सरकार से भी बेहतर काम करेंगे। हमारी सरकार से अच्छी सड़कें बनाएंगे, जनता और जो हर वर्ग के लोग हैं उनको ज्यादा सुविधाएं देने का काम भी सरकार आने वाली करेगी। ईवीएम पर जो सवाल उठाया है, मैं भी जांच करके जानकारी करके क्या हो सकता है उस पर भी बात रखूंगा मैं। लेकिन अगर ईवीएम पे कोई सवाल उठाए तो ये सरकार को सोचना चाहिए।
Well, that's Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav speaking just a short while ago, and after speaking to the media, he then went and tendered his resignation. But he spoke with a lot of irony over there. With me, Ghanshyam Tiwari, the Chief Minister actually rejecting and saying that it seems that the people have been misled. Do you think that's fair on a day that the BJP's, well, just had a great victory? You had this victory, your party, as Samajwadi Party, had this victory 5 years ago. Now the BJP has got it out of, it's a 300+ one. Are you being a bit of a sore loser?
Not at all. I think Akhilesh Yadav ji has been known for his plain speaking. He doesn't mince words. He said that he wants the next government to be sworn in as the verdict of people is. He welcomed the verdict of people. And he said he wants the next government to do much more. He has clearly said that I tried my best. I brought expressways, I brought metros, I ensured the state has good integrated social policies. I ensured that the state is able to harness its composite culture and diversity. And I tried my heart out. So he said that it is important that whoever is the next chief minister, whatever is the next government like, they should be able to do more. And in some way, what does that more mean? It means that what the people want. If we brought expressways, maybe the people want bullet trains, and that is what he was talking about.
But do you think it's bitter to say, that the people were misled? To totally dismiss the people's mandate, in a way it is dismissing it.
No, I think he has consistently said that. Even in the Indian Express interview, he said कि वो छोटे सपने नहीं देखते, वो बड़े सपने नहीं देखते. Whereas Prime Minister Modi बड़े सपने देखते हैं. He said मेरा सपना बड़ा छोटा सा है कि I want every person in Uttar Pradesh to have something from the government, something tangible. चाहे वो दूध हो, घी हो, चाहे वो malnutrition in the school हो. The Prime Minister talks about bullet train. The Prime Minister talks about a notebandi that has actually hurt the poor but eventually will help the poor. The Prime Minister talks about 15 lakh in everybody's account.
Yeah.
इस तरह के सपने अखिलेश यादव नहीं देखते. His ideas are very, very simple. That if you are in school, if you face malnutrition, you should have milk and ghee to ensure that we fight malnutrition.
Okay, the BJP spokesperson isn't here yet, but a lot of these kids are, these young voters are BJP supporters. A lot of them perhaps, does anyone want to count?
3 claps for BJP then, if you are...
Does anyone want to counter what the Samajwadi Party said. Does anyone? Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, when we talk about development, we talk about overall development. From being an unskilled person to being a skilled person, both should have the opportunity to develop in the whole UP. We do not talk about only expressway, we do not talk about only bringing the metro in the city. We talk about that what the person from being a youth to being an old age person can get from the government. In the aspect of development, that there should be safety, the aspect of criminal.
And you don't think that the government over here delivered on that?
The government over here only showcased that the development was restricted to particular areas, like it was confined to Lucknow, Jhansi or particular areas.
Fair enough. Mehru Jafar, is that assessment correct of this young man from college? Yeah.
Yes, to a certain extent it is correct. And I won't say, I think it's a great day to celebrate democracy, the verdict of the people, and we should accept and not blame the people for not knowing who to vote for. So
right, yeah.
I don't think the people have been misled.
So you do find an element of sarcasm unwarranted on the Chief
Unwarranted,
yeah.
Because it's also a golden opportunity for all of us to introspect and to self-introspect and see, you know, whether we are actually practicing socialism the way it should be practiced. Why is progressive secular? I repeat, secular politics. Why is this kind of progressive politics taking such a beating around the world and especially in India, when we need socialist values to get rid of poverty and illiteracy? We seem to be losing out. So we have to look, you know, we have to stop playing lavish games at Sapphire.
That's a really good point. I just want to get in another young perspective right now, because we have a lot of students over here. We also have RJ, a radio jockey over here, because who knows, you know, the young and has the pulse on people more than a RJ. Definitely. Did you see this coming? Were you better than all of us political journalists who didn't see this kind of a wave? Did you spot that?
See, one thing which I was very sure about was this time UP will want to change. And I think so that's what really happened.
Right.
And I was very sure about...
See change, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say that politics is all about casteism. And this time, I believed that the young voters especially will not vote on the basis of casteism. And that really happened. A lot of places...
Okay, I'm going to get, of course, and we also have the BJP's senior leader over here, Jagdambika Pal. We'll speak to him in just a bit. I'll get his reaction. First of all, let's just play out exactly what Mayawati said. We get all your reaction. Mayawati, after losing, made a serious charge. We'll get the BJP to react to that in just a bit.
उत्तर प्रदेश व उत्तराखंड राज्य के चुनाव परिणाम बहुत ही ज्यादा चौंकाने वाले हैं तथा किसी के भी गले के नीचे से उतरने वाले नहीं हैं। वोटिंग मशीन ने बीजेपी के सिवाय किसी दूसरी पार्टी के वोट को स्वीकार ही नहीं किया है।
So Mayawati being very clear, saying there's a problem with EVM. Now, what's interesting, Jagdambika ji, is that even when people asked the outgoing Chief Minister, Akhilesh Yadav, he also, you know, backed her up. He said that the ruling party should think about this. अगर मायावती जी ये बोल रही हैं, तो फिर सरकार को इसके बारे में सोचना चाहिए. तो आप इस पे क्या response देंगे? How would you react?
I think so. Mayawati ji, she was a chief minister also. She knew okay, whatever she has said against the election commission. And I think so, being a responsible party, nobody has said it. And if she has question about the EVM, so the same EVM was kept it in Punjab also.
Right.
So just see the result in Punjab, now Congress party now is coming to power. You can see in Goa and Manipur also. And before election, now he's from the ruling party. You are well aware the election officers, they are district magistrates and sub-divisional magistrates. And before real elections voting day, a mock drill also takes place in front of observers. district magistrates are there, everybody are there, and every machine will be checked by those election machinery.
Yeah.
So I think so there is no chance for any just to raise doubt. I think so she has lost because people have rejected outright.
That's right. You know, one of the things, Jagdambika Palji, people pointed out was that this was also something that the left said when Trinamool Congress won, and the EC then went to great lengths to show it to people and show them how this may not be true. So Devashish Jararia of the BSP, you're there. Tell us what you make of this. Many people are saying this is just a sign that Bhenji is being a sore loser.
No, I don't think so, because if you see what she has said, that everybody is surprised, stunned by these results. Even the media, even the parties, all were stunned. And she is saying that EVM tampering is not a hoax. It's a reality. It's a reality, and we should not take in a different perspective. We should take it in a positive perspective that she is guiding towards election reforms. If you see, there is a report from Maharashtra which saying that a person who has casted himself a vote getting a 0 vote, and in that case, court has issued a notice to EC. So this is the time where the sensitivity of the election is in trouble. So EC must take this in consideration. I mean, if Congress is backing us, Samajwadi Party is backing us, you should not totally disabandon this argument. We should take in consideration. We should have a debate. At least we should have a debate over this issue.
Okay, so let me ask, Devashish, let me just ask some of the young voters over here. When you hear your leaders, when you hear the Chief Minister saying, the outgoing Chief Minister, I'm going on saying Chief Minister, is now resigned, but when you hear Akhilesh Yadav say this, when you hear BSP making this allegation, what do you think of that?
Actually, the people criticize. When Trump won the elections of US, yes, then also the people were criticizing. And now if BJP and Modi ji has won the election, then also the people are criticizing. Let's not be secular. Whatever people say, it's not the issue. We are working on it, and we are...
Shan Tiwari, how does it feel to be treated as and be compared to Donald Trump?
Well, we are not. I think they are comparing Modi ji to Donald Trump. She just said that when Donald Trump won, people criticized, and when Modi ji won,
but he's talked about, yeah.
Well, consistently, I think if there is somebody who draws comparison with Donald Trump, if there was one party who was doing Havans and celebrating Donald Trump's victory, it was BJP. So I don't think that comparison even stands any ground with respect to us.
Both of them are the winners. We were being sarcastic, and that was a hypothetical situation. That when in US Trump won, that was the example. That was a hypothetical situation, sir.
He was a winner, and we are comparing one winner with another person.
Okay, and what do you want to say?
See, what I wanted to say was that everyone needs a scapegoat, right? So what Mayawati ji said was basically that only. She needed a scapegoat, and the results were really shocking because we were expecting at least BSP to get at least 30 to 40 seats, but they ended up around, as the exit poll says, around 20-22 seats, right? So that came as a shocker, and maybe she needed a scapegoat, and that is why these serious allegations were put up by the BSP Supremo Mayawati that yes, there was some mischief done, but as the mandate, whatever the people have decided, we have to abide by that.
So let me respond. A number of people drew the US election. How many of you know that there's already an ongoing discussion in US about their elections being hacked? How many of you know that?
Yeah, we know
about it. Excellent.
We were talking about the allegations.
I'm saying in democracy, our greatest power is our vote is confidential, and our vote should lead to the formation of government. If a senior leader with so much experience, being in upper house, being the chief minister of the state, is saying this, she's saying this with full responsibility. A question of this sort should not be dismissed in democracy. You can laugh it off, but the reality is we have independent autonomous institutions, and it is good for the country.
But Ghanshyam ji, I just want to ask you, she talked about...
What is the role of government of India in election? I think so. In our country, according to the Constitution, Election Commission is absolutely an independent body.
Yes,
and the responsibility of the election only goes to the Election Commission, and election machinery is absolutely a part of Ghanshyam Tiwari ji, because he was...
Well, I want to add up one point. After you, sir.
Sure. So
obviously, this is a point that has everyone very, very agitated.
One point I want to add.
I think that the election system in India is very transparent.
Yeah.
Election Commission is very unbiased. There are observers and there are district magistrates, there are sub-divisional magistrates. So we can't say that EVM machines were tampered. And if they were tampered, then why BSP have won 18 seats?
There were also drone cameras, which
How many?
one in each poll. There were drone. Yes, they were. It has been.
Sapa has become one.
So in
Means
representative
whatever
booths.
Mayawati has said, almost now he's also endorsing the same.
I'm not
what
endorsing.
Mayawati said.
I'll
It means
sir
now
is so
they
much
don't have any
severe.
respect
They all
for
have
the
a common
they don't have
enemy, I
any respect
guess.
for the people mandate.
Yeah.
What people had given this mandate,
You
I
wanna
think
say
so. If
something
Chief
about-
Minister
okay.
had given at least respect. Now, if they have started raising a new issue,
Yeah.
so I think so. They are only.
No, I think
The thing is that she said, Behenji said that we should have ballots, voting by ballots again. Now that used to happen like so many elections ago. And people pointed out to her that even her election in 2007 was by EVM, right?
so. For a number of people.
Move on bullock cart.
They were
For a number of people.
Okay, once again, Devashish, you don't think it's a bad idea?
See, this idea ballot paper is not a lame idea that people are laughing. In European countries, still they are developed countries, so technically they are very much advanced to India. These all countries having ballot system. So you can't neglect that idea. India is such a diverse country. If such things are possible, see, EVM hacking is not a hoax. You can do that. So you can see it as an election reform.
These allegations can be taken seriously as a journalist?
Well, if Mayawati ji, first of all, she should step down from her fortress and meet the people and meet journalists and see what the reality on the ground is. You know, it's a very big challenge to the Dalit movement, to the socialist movement, the rise of the right. And we cannot just sit at home and cast aspersions. If she feels there was some hanky-panky in the electoral system, what is she going to do about it? Is she going to complain to somebody? Just casting allegations is not enough. You know,
We have already complained to Election Commission.
She's already filed an official. She's filed an official complaint with the Election Commission.
She was not having any quality. She was not possessing so many qualities. The same Election Commission and the same EVM machinery who had given the opportunity to Mayawati ji at least for 4 times to become Chief Minister of the state.
Everybody was talking
From 2007 to 2017, technology has changed.
Would she said that? Would she have said that? Or is this the frustration of being out of power for a decade?
Exactly.